Hello, everybody. It is your Uncle Fish back again for School of Fish Art Stream. J-Man wants a Gatling gun on the end of his tail. Oh my goodness. J-Man says the tail's where you put all the heavy artillery. Damn. He said he used to have a howitzer on the end of his tail. Good morning to the School of Fish, Thursday edition, where everything goes wrong at the last second. Welcome to the show. I'm your ever loving Uncle Fishy. Glad you're here. Uh, I went to start the show earlier, and all of my freaking stuff was blurry. Nothing was working. Now it's clicking. Um, Clip Studio, and Clip Studio just said, "No, I've forgotten the years of work you've put into customizing this workspace so that it works best for you. Let's start over from scratch today." So I'm now in the process trying to do a restore to the program from the last time I updated, which was last year. So it's still not all the recent changes I've made to it and all the recent tools I've made to it. And hopefully this isn't on my tablet, because hopefully it's still the way it's supposed to cross. Um, man, this is a mess. So I'm going live without being able to draw on my software. Fun time came to watch me sit in a chair and fuss. That's why we all come to School of Fish, is to listen to me rave and swear at technology like some kind of Luddite. That's what we're here for. That's what we're paying the big money for. Everybody fish Papa Bay. But I ain't going to be hung up about it. I got too much going on today. I have to say today because after this, to prep and get ready, I have to go down this table and get it ready to go. This is going to be an interesting show. I've never seen a fat man have a heart attack live on stream. Well, welcome to the experience. But tonight, I'm going to a big gala fundraiser, which is black tie, fancy stuff. My wife has a beautiful dress. I have to figure out which of my nice funeral clothes still fit and are going to look good enough to get me through the night, because I'm going as the live art entertainment to do caricatures and stuff for the big wigs while they try and raise money for the call. Call is, like a nationwide organization that helps support foster parents, and it helps recruit foster parents from the churches and, equip them, and really gives them we didn't used to have when I was a foster parent. I would have given anything for an of our backs and support us. The call does a lot of work of putting meals together for foster families, having clothes and toys and school resources and stuff. You get a kid in the middle of the night that shows up in a wet swimsuit and nothing else. You can go to the call and get clothes for them. You can get supplies to take them to school. You can get frozen the freezer to, pop in the oven, feed 6 kids that you weren't planning on feeding tonight because you only had 2 when you left for work that morning. They read the foster parents back. So anything I can do to help that, I'm for. And so we're going to that tonight. My wife is my official handler, so focus on doing artwork, and she can take photos of people that are waiting to get their caricatures done and take the donations and all that stuff. And I can sit there and be the art monkey and draw for everybody's entertainment. And I'm happy to do that. But so I got to pack my stuff down. I got to be fresh shave on the head, but I'm probably going to have to shave, going to have 5 o'clock shadow by then. And be ready to go. Probably going to take a nap, so I'm rested up. And yeah, right. And then uh, Saturday night, late night show, there it's like Batman Day. I didn't even really realize was a thing. And so the on YouTube is doing a big thing, and they're going to be streaming for like 19 hours or something on that day. And towards the end of it, headed towards on the East Coast, they're having a bunch of us artists come on and do live, draw Batman characters and talk about our favorite Batman characters and stories and whatnot. And at another day, I'm gonna be taking a nap. Even though it'll end at like 11, that's late for Uncle Fisher to be up and be on camera. There's a reason I'm not streaming that late most days. And I'm an old diabetic man. I can only go so long without having to pee. All right, let's see. Hold on a second. Let me click over to here and see. Okay, it says it completed the restoration. Let me click back over here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try to share my screen. We're going to see which one I'm sharing. Nope, that's not the one. Let's see this one. Yep, that's the one. We're going to share the old screen. I'm going to let y'all in on it. We're going to see what happens. We're going together. So let's click on the little icon that my head's covering up down here for studio. Let's see what happens. So far, transferring data. But that's all generic stuff. That's not got none of my special stuff. I need stuff. I need custom. Oh, okay. I got my custom color again. I'm going to add back over there. I'm going to add this back over there where I know where to look for it. Let's see, are my brushes here? Okay, I got my rusty nib. All right, that's good. Dang, double dang. Well, I got some of it. Some of the textures didn't download. It told me it may not download for a minute, but quite frankly, I've been through this before, and sometimes they just don't ever download right. And I got to go find where I got all those brushes from and re-up. That's a whole pain in the tuchus. But also, might be something worth sharing because, let's see. That one doesn't show you the menus on the side, which is what we really need to see is the menus over here. So for those of y'all who may not know how to upload brushes and stuff, let's see if we can do some of this on the fly here. Let me pull this down here. Okay. I'm going to go to File Explorer and let's see. Let me look on the desktop. Brushes. Oh, those are sketchbook brushes. I don't need those. I mean, it could be good. I know I have somewhere. Where is it? Clip Studio brushes. Here we go. Okay. We're going to grab all of those brushes. We're going to come over here to the shape tool managers here. And then we're going to click back over here and I'm going to grab all those guys. I'm going to click and drag and I'm going to put them over here in this little window. I know it's hard for you to see, but there's a little plus underneath my pointer there, which shows it is going to add those here. So we're going to release there after clicking and dragging them over. And we're going to see if that will upload all those tools that I was trying to save with all my special settings on them. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. So, how are you guys doing this morning? Both of my amazing guests that I've got on the show with me this morning. It's been a pretty good week for you, Uncle Fishy. Uh, Sold a couple of books, done several lives that have done okay. Um, Started pushing my Patreon again, which I realized like I was about to give up on, but I realized I'm not pushing it. And if I'm not pushing it, nobody's going to find it and nobody's going to want to go back. Um, so, okay, that worked. I got a lot of those brushes in. Okay, some of them couldn't be imported, but one of them was like a folder or something. So, all right. Um, Fish blade didn't come through. The bar is circle. The fish bar didn't come through. Dang. Let's see. Looks like my. Okay, that one came in. The rusty lips came in. Got that good little rusty texture on it. That's what I'm after there. That's good. Might have to organize some of them, but let's see. A ragged line came in. That's good. I need that one. A ragged curve. Okay, that's good. A blade didn't come in, which is a shame. I'll have to go back and find some of those textures and add them to them, but that's a pain in the butt for another day. Um, this has got me so thrown. This has got me so off my game this morning. I don't even know what to do now. Sarah says, I'm good. Working on booking publicity for the new title. That's awesome. And I have to upload some graphics before I forget again. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of stuff to promote the my Patreon, try and get eyes over there, get more backers on the Patreon. I got somebody sniffing around the $100 tier again, which is nice. We'll see if they actually bite. Um, I uh, I've been working on adding some assets to my Patreon account, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. But I'm adding like clip studio files for the comic book page that I start from all the time, a manga page, a magazine size page, double page spreads for manga and for comic books. So that, like, if you're wanting to print through Kablam, like I usually do, and most of my clients do, then you can just you can download this file for free, and boom, everything's set up the way you need it. It's at high resolution, but everything's set up the way you need. And I've been wanting to put this somewhere that was easy for people to download. And until the website gets up and running, right now, Patreon's the best place to put it. And not for nothing, that can help drive some more attention to my Patreon to maybe get some more backers. And so we'll see how that goes. And I started working on a series for doing mini comics and ash cans because I love doing that. And I've been working on like a template page that you can use to put like a regular sheet of paper over and mark out the outline for the proportions. Because, like, when you fold a sheet of paper in half, it doesn't have the same dimensions. You can't just shrink this size of paper down and make it work. The proportions are a little bit different. So this will give you good proportions for a page you can shrink down to fit into half of this. And it has the tick marks on it that I like to have for like halfway and thirds and quarters. Um, so I'm making that a free download, and I'm going to put that up and put a video up explaining how to use it and different ways to use it. I still got to edit that video together because there's a lot of ums and ahs and dead space and stuff. But anyway, I need to do that. But I cannot believe my clip studio just decided, nah, screw it. We're going to start over from scratch today. I'm sure hoping that that didn't happen on my tablet. I hope my tablet still has the other version open so at least I could save it as a backup spot. But also our internet has been real screwy with all the storms and stuff lately. And since it's just the two of us, and I love you guys, I'm going to go grab my tablet real quick. So I will be right back. Pay no attention to my sexy PJ pants. It's the official work uniform for Mr. Fish Comics. I would clearly rather be wearing some of the fancy superhero PJs my wife has bought me over the last few years. But my wife bought me all nice, fuzzy, warm winter PJs, and those are kind of hard for me to wear the rest of the year because it's hot down here. She likes warm, snuggly PJs. I'm baking. Oh, crap. It was closed. Let's see. Does it still have? All right. It still has everything. So let's register the workspace. As Bat Tablet 2023 because, yes, I'm a nerd. All right, let's see if we can do a. How do we set up? Okay, let me see if that will work over here now. Window workspace. Let's try closing it real quick. What is up, Katie? Glad you're here. I'm having a hell of a day. Clip Studio just decided to kind of kick me in the teeth this morning and completely reset itself on my desktop. And so I'm in the process of trying to get it up and going again and get all my settings and stuff uploaded the way I want to. Still doing my open studio week, so I might disappear when people come to speak to me. Man, I feel you. I'm doing a big gala event tonight. All right, it is not uploading in here yet. So let's see. Import settings. Okay. Yeah, it's not showing up yet. Which it may take a while. Man, this has got me so messed up. It's got me so in my feelings. I don't know what to do. I'm beside myself, Katie. Oh, by the power of PJ invested in me, I need to figure something out. All right, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm all about fixing things and just moving on, going with the flow and whatnot. That's what officials do. Go with the flow. That's why so many of us end their ass up in the sea and went with the flow. Yeah. That's how we get in such shape. Going with the flow. Used to have a buddy named Flo. Got me in more trouble than you would believe. All right. First off, what we're going to do, I'm going to open up ye old internet on here. And close home. Enter studio. And I'll stop sharing that screen. My mouse doesn't work over here because it's not the same computer, dummy. For the love of goodness. That was a god awful mess. All right, hold on. I'm still trying to use my mouse and it doesn't work. Okay, and skadoosh. There we go. Now I can use my tablet for this like I used to have to use. Now I gotta find my glasses if I'm actually gonna do something. What are we gonna do? That's what I need to know now. What are we gonna do? Because I had some ideas planned out and I done lost all of those ideas since then. And now the dogs are going nuts because somebody knocked at the door. I'm betting that's probably the mail lady. I'm hoping that's the mail lady. I'm a fluster. This doesn't usually happen to me, but I mean, my brain's going 9 ways to nothing. Let me see. Is that in here? Here we go. Well, open that old call variant cover that we was working on once upon a time back in the day. Back in the yesteryear. Back when PJ was just a young boy and Katie was just a child outside in the garden. Back when Sarah was nothing but a twinkle in someone's eye. Way back when we was working on this gigantic monstrosity. Oh, I remember it well. I feel like I already had somebody in the foreground down here. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. Let me open some of the other ones and see, because I was working between computers on this, and so some stuff didn't get backed up right. Okay, that's got less. That's got less. That's got nothing. That doesn't have anything more. All right, so let's open up Gadget, because I know Gadget didn't make it over in here. All right, and now let's paste Gadget in there and let's figure out where he's going to go in this new dynamic. That's probably where he needs to go. Let's try and figure how far back he needs to go. Whoa, that was too far. Oh, you know what that means. He's going to need to go above the Wind Raider. And we're going to have to take the Wind Raider back with us. We need to get behind Optimus. There we go. That looks pretty good. That looks good enough for the chicks that we date. There we go. Got a little old gadget in there. Got a little old Alf. Got a little old greatest American hero off in yonder ways. Oh, PJ just thinks he's old. He don't know what old is. I ain't saying I'm as old as Dirt. Me and Dirt did go to the same high school. Dated a couple of the same girls back in the day. I'll tell you what, speaking of girls in high school, I had a little old revelation on one of my streams the other day, and I kind of just spit it out there as a nothing little throwaway bit. But I've actually been kind of shook up since that art stream because I don't remember what got me on the subject because I talk about a bunch of random stuff when it's just on here. Oh yeah, Godzilla for sure. Everybody from Godzilla to Ultraman to the Smurfs to freaking. You really want to get obscure. I'm still trying to use the mouse, and the mouse doesn't work on this because it's not the same computer. Uh, got the Snorks and the Atom and Gadget from Rescue Rangers and the Biscuits, which very few people remember. Um, Strawberry Shortcake, the Gummy Bears, got Gizmo, Roadrunner, uh, Black Vulcan from Super Friends, because there's a lot of Super Friends in here. Space Ghost, got Blue Falcon. Rocketeer got one of the cars from Mask on there. Got Knight Rider. Got Mr. T and Speed Buggy because how else you gonna do? Got the real Ghostbusters. Got the Ninja Turtles. Um, got Apache Chief and Samurai from some of the most racist named characters from Super Friends, but some of my absolute favorite. Well, Katie says nobody believes her. I keep trying to tell people I'm only in my 40s. Nobody believes that either. Don't lie to me, old man. We know you're a senior citizen. When I went to go get my new Kroger card, the girl gave me a senior discount just out of nowhere, just because she assumed I was old enough. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna correct her. It saved me a lot of money. I ain't gonna fuss about my kid. His Kroger card is attached to mine. He gets senior discount all the time, and he's 22, 23. I don't know. He keeps having birthdays. I can't remember. Okay. We need something to put right here, and you can't see where I'm pointing. We need something to put right here in the foreground, right yonder. And I don't know what we're going to put there, but we need to figure out something together as a team, as a unit, because, we're one cohesive unit. We're one four-part Voltron spread across the globe. We need to come up with something significant to put in the foreground that we will know this is just for us patrons of the Mr. Fish comics. We got to decide this. We got to put this in here. This is because of Sarah, Katie, and PJ coming together as one amazing, nostalgic Voltron vehicle of awesomeness. So, with all that said, no pressure. What are we going to put in there? I'm waiting. I've got Steve Austin's $6 Million Man beside him, got the Smurfs behind him, got the Thundercat behind him. Have several of the Super Friends in there already. Could put, I guess, Batman in the front. Uh, Maybe haven't put him anywhere yet. I don't think. Uh, what do y'all think? What should we stick in the front? What are some of y'all's favorite? Oh my God, Grape Ape is not on here. I can't put him in the foreground, but Grape Ape is not. Oh my freaking God! How did I not put Grape Ape in here? How did I not put Grape Ape in here? I freaking love Grape Ape. Because it was like the first cartoon voice I could do. The beagle, 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 beagle. You know, 'cause he didn't say a whole lot. You know, and he repeated himself all the time. And little kid with Tourette's repeated himself all the time. So I kind of dug it. Okay, so now we got to stick Grape Ape in the background somewhere. Got to find room. Got to move around the Godzillas and the Voltrons and the Ultramen of the world. But what are we going to stick in the foreground? I would say Captain Caveman, but put him in the Barbarian homage already. Uh, there aren't any My Little Ponies in there. And I know that the Sarahs and the Katies of the world love My Little Pony. That would be something that we could put in the foreground. But we got to go with the 80s versions of the My Little Ponies because, you know, that's what we're doing here. 80s homage. All right. Now, let us see which pony it should be. Uh, what do y'all think? You got, dang it. I'm totally I was totally trying to grab this tab from up here and pull it down onto my tablet because I keep forgetting my tablet's a different computer. A Cabbage Patch Kid riding on a My Little Pony. Now, that's an idea, PJ. I wonder. I wonder if it shouldn't be a Garbage Pail Kid. I mean, I would much prefer the Cabbage Patch, but you know, I wonder which had a bigger significant. Probably the Cabbage Patch had a bigger significant impact on the 80s, but all right, let's see. 80s My Little Pony images. Vintage My Little Ponies. My Little Ponies, My Little Ponies. How do you draw a My Little Pony in like a full on gallop? I guess it's a gallop. See, I got lots of pictures of them prancing. No pictures of them running. Well, there's some in the newer ones. Maybe I could steal some of that pose. All right, man, I have never drawn this before. Okay, let's see. Copy image. I can't do that. Oh my God, that's going to drive me up the wall. I keep thinking I'm on the same computer because I usually am, and I'm not. Uh, I watch Gummy Bears. I freaking love the Gummy Bears and Schoolhouse Rock. Did I put Bill in here? I thought I put Bill in here somewhere. If I didn't, I need to. The ambulance drivers didn't believe my grand that she was 80 when she broke her leg and had to check with us how old she was. It's nearly every member in the family with the young face. Oh my God. All right, let's see here. So I got to look on this screen and then draw over here. Whoops. I forgot to turn on the blue. Was the Moomins a thing in the US? I don't know what the Moomins are. I mean, it might have had a different name, or I might just not have caught it. But then a lot of British stuff came over in odd places, like, like on public television or obscure cable channels and stuff that were rebroadcasting British cartoons and stuff, like Nickelodeon back in the day when it wasn't making any new stuff of its own yet, or was only doing like, you can't do that on television, man. Like, I loved Banana Man back then. PJ making me laugh while I'm trying to work over here. Sorry. Sorry, as teenagers hurt your feelings. I've learned not to take any lip off of somebody that doesn't know how to dial a rotary phone. That is probably not the best My Little Pony in the world. It is the best My Little Pony I've ever drawn. I'm not above taking their swipe at it if the My Little Pony aficionados in the world, the Sarahs, the Katies, the PJs, if you will, tell me I need to. I ain't too proud. I am too stubborn, but I ain't too proud. Problem is, I can't shave my beard to make myself look younger because I think I look creepy without it. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not shaving my beard for nobody now. The last time I did it, and I think I just still had a chin strap beard that was that long at the time, and I didn't have the mustache. And I had been laying on the bed like this all day watching TV, and my beard had gotten sore because I was pressing on it in my hand all day. And I just on a whim decided to shave my beard. I didn't want to go outside for like 2 months until it was full and back and dark. And now look at it, it blends into my gray shirt. Um, okay. Now we need to put somebody on back. Oh, Cabbage Patch. That's what you said. We'll see what Cabbage Patch doll riding a horse gets us. All right. It got me a Cabbage Patch doll riding a horse, by God. It might just be a little horse, but it's enough to get the point across. Let's see. I think it would be even funnier if he was about to get tossed. Man, I didn't catch all of what was going on in the comments yesterday. What dude going on about on my live stream? Like he was just I don't even know what was going on. He was out of it. He just all like, man, are you okay? Finally just blocked him because he's being an idiot. But he was saying you had some kind of problem with eating comics. I think he thought he was funny, but also I don't know if English was his first language. Yeah, he just I think he probably took something I said with my accent, I'm betting, out of context and then just ran with it thinking that he was being a clever troll. But yeah, I blocked him. I don't have a lot of time and nonsense for that kind of crap. Okay, now we got a Cabbage Patch doll riding back of a My Little Pony. I'm thinking that needs to be a little bit thinner there. He was probably Jalois, she says. He probably was Jalois. Yeah, he was getting a lot of response. That's what made me notice. Like so many people were coming back at him. That's what finally made me have to stop and take notice of it because honestly, it just takes too much processing power to police the comments and talk for me. So I tend to let a lot of the, Trump was robbed. Trump's going to take over the world again, nonsense. Just slide and don't pay attention to it. Don't feed the trolls. But occasionally, somebody's getting ugly or something. I'll stop it. And it also depends on how I'm doing in that very moment too, because sometimes like my Tourette's is taking more of a toll on me than other times. Oh, wait a minute. I don't need to do that. I need to draw it in because I'm going to move this around. Because he's covering up some Smurfs as it is, and I can't have that. Man, to so soon later think the Smurfs were so lame. I was so hardcore into the Smurfs when they first came out. Like, the Smurfs were my identity now. I was a Smurfs dude. I was tape recording it so that I wouldn't miss an episode. It was the first thing I did when I got home from school. I put that VHS tape in and watch it over and over again. There we go. That fills in that space nicely. Can't believe I don't have Bill in here somewhere. I'm just a Bill. Oh, I'm only a Bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Had to pull up an old picture, old Bill, because I don't want to miss any details. And I don't want to miss a thing. Y'all so lucky. Have such a beautiful songbird in your life. People just dream of having a fish in their lives, and y'all actually got it. Man, that's better than winning $100 billion lottery right there. That is. All right, his little tag is over it. It's not that long. Yeah, I make faces when I'm working. What of it? I'm about to hook your ear up to an audio feed of me. That way you can be like Sergeant Agent Man and know what's going on without even looking at the comments. I need a producer. That's really what I need. I've tried several times to rope my kids into coming on the show with me just to like be like, oh, Sarah asked, or something. Just give me a heads up to look at the comment, help bounce a little of the conversation off of stuff like that. Uh-oh. PJ risked it all for the biscuit. He sent me a picture of it with the beer on it. I'll be nice and not share it on the internet for you. But yeah, I would love to have somebody that could come on with me and do that. But that's a heck of a commitment. That's a lot of time, especially for a show that don't make no money. And you know what old Fishy says? If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. As it is most of my life. There we go. Now we got old Bill hanging from a unicorn horn, a My Little Pony corn horn. They're called My Little Pony corns. That guy in the picture looks like he hangs around at the schoolyards, PJ says. Yeah, that's the kind of fella you call along right there. You're like, this fella's he's been hanging around the schoolyard. Keeps picking up these same boys. It must be up to something. They're my kids, I swear. Yeah, sir. Tell it to the judge. But they're my kids. Mm-hmm. Since when does dad pick up his kids at school, you pervert? I swear. Being an off-screen commentator is fun. I've done it a couple of times, Sarah says. Well, now look here, y'all. I don't care if you're on the screen. I just could use a little help. Not to mention the accountability of it all. You have any idea how many times I would have just skipped out on 5 Star Fridays if it wasn't for having other people that are showing up on the show? And honestly, they still call it off too much for my taste. But, things come up and people get busy and, got shows to do and whatnot. And I get it. All right, we got Bill in there. Let's throw a little grape ape in while we got time. Down to the blue is a moment blue. I'm sitting there on Capitol Hill. I love me some grape ape. Biggie. Now y'all done got me ticking. It's all PJ's fault. That's what happened. I was just sitting there minding my own business, and PJ came along, started me talking about the nostalgias, got me ticking up the grape ape and all kinds of nonsense. I don't know why he did it to me. Just honoring, I guess. You should see him without his beard. That's troublemaker right there, hands down. Show him that picture. Judge said guilty right away. Doesn't even care what it's for. He could have shown up at the wrong trial. He can be at a terrorism trial. Guilty. He can be at a money laundering trial. Guilty. He could be at a trial by fire. Guilty. Sarah says, when stuff went down with us, I contemplated carrying on without Lori for a bit, but it's too easy to just skip it without a co-host. Absolutely. It is. PJ says we could create a Discord server with a voice channel that can run in the background while streaming. Well, You would know more about that than I would. I'm just barely getting this to work. I'm learning a lot as I go, I admit, but oddly, the thing that always bothered me about things like Grape Ape or I loved Inspector Gadget so much, but it always bothered me that like they would draw vehicles and stuff that like could do things that they can't do, or would have shapes and stuff that they can't have, like this big domed glass on the front of uh Beagley's car. Like, even as a kid, I knew that big domed glass would be too expensive to make. And it always frustrate me. Like, why are you gonna draw this cartoon car and make me want something I'm not gonna be able to have? Or make me want like an action figure of it or a toy to play with that we ain't gonna be able to have because they just. But that's me. I paid too much attention to the details as a kid. Discord is a nice tool, she said. I don't really know anything about it. I know people have Discord servers and stuff. I just never really go there and fool with it because I've got too much going on as it is to learn something new. I've tried picking up Twitch and things, and I'm just like, I ain't got time for something else. Like picking up TikTok was worth it because it paid off in new eyes on my stuff. But like, I would love to be doing my own 3D modeling and stuff right now, and be able to make my own figures and whatnot, not have to rely on somebody else to make them for me. But I just don't have the time to invest in it because the time I do have has to be invested in other things. Make money to pay bills. Normally, I would never do this in this order like this. I always try and work all over the picture, but I knew I needed to match up some of that stuff to the van, and then I just kind of got started going this way, and it's been working. So, Oh man, a gritty remake of Grape Ape would be hilarious. I would love that so much. Giant genetically engineered gorilla and dog escape, go on the run from the government. That would be so much fun. I would love to work on that. People start making cartoons and stuff of them and memes that look like the cartoon Grape Ape. But like Grape Ape would have to be like a vicious gorilla if I was going to do it. Like you'd have to have huge fangs and stuff because I love how terrifying gorillas are and beautiful. And um, PJ said, "Yeah, I was gonna say it could just change the name and it could be Fish's Discord service, School of Fish Discord. Nice. Discord would mostly be a nice chat hangout for your fans. Fish, you can do other stuff with it, but your lack of time probably just chat. I've been thinking of running a monthly or bi-weekly game night on ours, but I don't know what night would be the best. We could also set up a Patreon members only chat as well. That would be cool. I think any day but Friday or Saturday, PJ says. Yep, had that too. And super backer area, I think. Just because people are most likely to have plans on those nights, PJ says. I cleaned out everything after we left UHS, and now I can't remember what was on there. I feel you there. Oh man, I've been sitting here working on Grape Ape's face off the page. I'm sorry. That's something an amateur would do. That's something a punk would do. Not a pro, like not a Sarah or even a Katie. That's something more of a like Kyron would do. Sorry, I let you down. I will beat myself with a cat of nine tails after the show and live stream it on my Patreon. Anything to make a buck, Fishy says. I tell you, if I can get that Patreon thing to work, get a few more backers on there. Keep my sales up on the TikTok shop and get our website finished and get it up so we can make some sales there and maybe move things over there instead of other sites. I could be sitting pretty instead of just standing oddly. I do not agree that's the opposite of sitting pretty. Standing awkwardly. And I claim it as my domain. A little wheel in the background. A little wheel in the background. There we go. I like to get that all drawn in good. So when I come in to select everything else, select, and delete it. And then I'm going to select just around him and delete everything outside of that selection because sometimes I get little nooks and crannies. They're hiding out there in the background somewhere. And now I'm going to convert him to an image material so I can more easily move him around. And we're going to have to drop him way back down to the back. Put him behind Kit anyway. There we go. That ain't too bad. You can still see old Beagley in there, and you can still see old Grape Ape. He's one of the few getting ahead of call, because ain't many getting ahead of call, but there's a couple. Blue Falcon's keeping up because, he's another Blue Bird man. He needs to be there. Rocketeer's rocket, so he can go. Let's see. Katie says, typically as soon as Fish's show comes on, everyone comes into the shop to talk to me. I'm glad I can bring you luck. Sarah says, yeah, I was thinking about Monday since we don't stream anymore, but we might start streaming again, so maybe Tuesdays for games. Of course, Katie, she says. Would be nice if they had bought stuff, though. Yeah, well, I believe it was Confucius that said, people suck. I'm paraphrasing. I'm still trying to take my mouse from up here to the tablet, and it still doesn't work. That's what really bothers me. You'd think by now the mouse would just be like, oh, okay, you want me to go to a different computer? Sure, no problem. I got you, Jack. But no, just sitting there being rude. And I lost my mouse to my tablet, and I don't know what I did with it. And I really need to buy another one, but I had a nice fancy one, and I don't want to buy another one because I know as soon as I do, I'm going to find where the other one is. That's coming along. We wasted an hour getting my computer up and running again and all that stuff. So that's not bad. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm seriously trying not to overdo it today so I can save enough energy, save enough spoons left over at the end of the day so that I can do the gala tonight and raise money. And it's going to take a lot of spoons just to get me in fancy clothes and sit there and not itch and twitch and scratch. I'm still trying to use the wrong mouse on my tablet. Oh, I hate being stupid. Life would be so much easier if I wasn't so stupid. Oh my God, I love myself. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I had fun. I hope you had fun. I'm going to get out of here and get on to getting some stuff organized and break down this table and all that stuff. So anyway, have a great day. Thank you for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. And remember, no matter what happens, no matter what anybody else tells you, your Uncle Fishy loves you. Hello, everybody. It is your Uncle Fish back again for School of Fish Art Stream. J-Man wants a Gatling gun on the end of his tail. Oh, my goodness. J-Man says the tail's where you put all the heavy artillery. Yeah. He said he used to have a howitzer on the end of his tail.